finance. We deal with money on a daily basis, and planning for your financial future requires mathematics. In this unit, we'll learn about savings accounts, credit card interest, planning for retirement, and taking out loans. Bottom line, from a mathematical standpoint, you need to be on top of things like order of operations, using your calculator. Those two go hand in hand. If you don't truly understand the order of operations, then you don't understand how your calculator works, which uses the order of operations. And solving equations, because those are the main tools that will be used. So for the majority of our calculations, we're not going to round until we get to the end of the calculation, because your rounding will get compounded multiple times, so the error will be compounded multiple times. So that's why we wait, and that's also why we want to be on top of things with the use of our calculators. So simple interest is something that you all have studied since middle school, if not a little bit before. So everything is based on that to some small extent. So let's go and get started with that. Let's begin with the principal, or the starting amount for your account. I'd like to expand on that a bit. The principal could be the amount that you borrow from somebody. It could be the amount that you lend to somebody. It could be the amount you invest. So for right now, we'll just say it's a starting amount. And I already mentioned that the principal can be the starting amount for an investment or for a loan, amongst other things. Interest, mathematically speaking, is calculated as a percentage of the principal. Technically, interest, unless you're borrowing money from your grandmother or something, interest is a fee that is charged for the use of somebody else's money. Okay? So let's look for example. Let's look at example 1. Okay, a friend asks to borrow $250 and agrees to pay you back in 3 months with 3% one-time interest. How much interest will you earn? Now, I know many of us just want to look at that and go, oh, principal times rate times time. I get that, but we have to carefully read this particular problem. But this scenario calls for something we call one-time interest, and we're just going to find, as we said, a percentage of the principal here, which will be our one-time interest here. We're going to find the percentage of how much we borrowed. So you are going to earn 3% of that $250, which is $7.50. Okay. Your parents agree to loan you $6,000 to buy a used car under the condition that you pay them back within 2 years at 6% one-time interest. How much money will you be paying in interest? Again, we're just looking for the fee that your parents are charging you to borrow their money, okay? So we need to find 6% of $6,000. So 6% of $6,000 gives us $360. One-time interest, as in the examples above, isn't very common unless borrowing money between two individuals or in the case of extremely short-term loans. For longer-term loans, it's common for interest to be paid on a regular basis, be that monthly, quarterly, semi-annually, or annually.